Hey, Scott. Well, we've all heard a lot about these antibody drugs that are authorized to treat COVID-19 patients at risk of severe disease. I just got off the phone with Operation Warp Speed's Dr. Moncef Slaoui, who told me they've just received new data on the usage of these antibody drugs. And he says only 5 to 20% of the supply of these drugs is actually being used right now. He says they send out on average about 65,000 doses of these antibody drugs from both Regeneron and Eli Lilly every week. And because of all of the complications around administering these drugs, they just aren't getting used. And he was really disappointed about this, saying that they have the potential to help reduce hospitalizations by as much as 50 to 70% potentially. They are indicated for people who are at risk of severe disease with COVID-19. And some of the complications, Scott, are that these drugs have to be administered very quickly after you get diagnosed, within the first few days. And often people just don't feel sick at that point. So really trying to get the awareness out there for people who are in these high-risk categories that these drugs exist and could really help them. He also noted that because they're so difficult to administer, they're IV drugs and have to be given in that IV setting, that's difficult as well, because these are patients who are contagious. And so, getting those sort of situations set up and the infrastructure set up to administer these drugs is a challenge. One he said that Operation Warp Speed would be willing to try to help with on the state level if they can. But really, just a remarkable statistic, 65,000 doses of these antibody drugs from Lilly and Regeneron going out each week, which could really help with this pandemic. Only 5 to 20% of them are getting used. Scott?